Hey, Uche Kele, Abrala. Hey, I'll get the money here. Ahamadike, Biafra. Ahamadike, Biafra. Ahamadike, Biafra. Biafra, Kwenu. Hey, I don't talk him before. When I know one here, when I come block on here, say I know one here. No problem. When the war start, we go know who be who. Biafrans. How many times did I call you? You don't want to listen. I say boycott every churches that is against freedom. Boycott every food from the Fulani herdsmen. Boycott every onions from the Boko Haram. Boycott anything that come from the north. When we say they no one more could go, they no one leave us where we go, but they want carry their food to poison us. Don't punish them. I still not gonna boycott anything we go bring death. I'm telling you for Igbo land. Biafra land, boycott all their food, not eat their food. I don't talk about boycott Dangote product. Anything we bring. Now, right, you want to kill you, you want to put you under subjection. No listen to them. Nobody their food, nobody their cement, nobody their chicken, nobody anything. I tell you, if you try, God don't punish you. Now they're hungry you. Now they're hungry you. Let's not forget. Make an answer now one question. Jumama and Emeka, make an answer me this question very carefully. Land don't finish for Sabah. Land don't finish for Wele. Land don't finish for Anambra. Land in other Port Harcourt. Land in other Aba. Why not they deceive themselves? Saying only Yoruba land and Hausa land and I go build in the whole match when I go get in the whole world. Now, guys, when are they crazy? May God forgive you. Make them come back home. I don't talk about. I say boycott every food from Hausa. Boycott their kuli, boycott their suya, boycott their sugar cane. You don't block it, say no one here. One day, I tell you, one day, very, very soon, they could also human being like a suya, give you for me to go chop from Hausa, go this and I limit. I don't talk about. No one listen. Take time. Biafrans. Boycott anything that has to do with the Hausa Fulani herdsmen, Boko Haram, all their products. Now lie. I said I lie, yo. They want to take and kill you. They want to take your land, invade your house and sleep with your women. They don't know you also anything that has to do with them. Remember, Boko. When I say Boko, you say haram. When I say Boko, you say haram. When I say Boko, you say haram. Fulani herdsmen. Fulani herdsmen. They are bet on the same feather, so all of them be the same thing. Our brothers and sisters, they know they look back for a kilo, they chop human being like suya. That's how I did not tell you. Any Igbo man, any Biafra man, where you make investment for North, for Kanu, for Sokoto, for Meduguri, Taraba, anywhere where you get investment. Send and come back home, tie no day. They won't kill you. Boycott anything that has to do with Hausa. They are dangerous. Not so I do not tell you. They say they be get man, no take them more. They say they do pedicure, they do manicure, they won't clean your leg, they won't clean your house. No grill, they won't kill you, they go chop you. Not only that one, including their food and their products and anything that has to do with them. Anything where one consign them, not them. Not only that one, if you not say they for Lagos, if they go in the Baba church, if they waste your time, carry your time, they pay, they throw your body up and down. Sell the whole property where you go there, go back home. They don't want you, you know one listen. If went down every and is a good the people where they bring on this message in a Biafra referendum media group worldwide under the leadership of Mazu and the kind of Ahmadike Biafra one of Biafran land. Thank you, Kemesian.
Like the holy Mr. Producer.
Ipob, one way family, Uche Mazu. All we need is freedom. All we need is freedom. All we need is freedom. It's not about us to be together. It's not about us to be together. All we need is freedom. All we need is freedom. It's not about us to be together. Naturally, Biafra. rising sun. Wake up this morning and look in the sky. All I see is rising sun. What don't you put your love? What don't you put your love? The land of the rising sun. Yeah, let my people go. Yeah, let my people go. Ekele na de kalo, making us to know what freedom is all about. Yeah, ekele na de kalo, making us to know what freedom is all about. What freedom is, yeah, ekele na de kalo, making us to know what freedom is all about. Blessing a town, all make a leggy, but it's a move to see it. When you're not there for the name, we are not fighting for freedom. All we need is freedom. And the town all make a leggy, 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 all make a leggy.
Our Father who art in heaven, nagin kebine ligbe, kahageben song, that your name may be hallowed by men, that we may bow at the mention of it, that we may offer every glory unto thee, that we may offer you every adoration and adulation, because there is none like thee. You fight our battles for us. Every blessed day you demonstrate through your kindness and your everlasting mercy that you are our Lord, our God, and our Creator. This evening we offer these your children unto thee all over this very planet that you created. They are listening across the entire 24 time zones on this very planet where they inhabit. They are listening to your gospel this very evening, this gospel of redemption, a gospel of hope, a gospel of restoration, nation a gospel of renewal, this very gospel of freedom, this very gospel of emancipation as only you ordained. That this very gospel must be preached, that mankind may be set free from the eternal damnation of the creation of the British. My goodness me, I want to remain in the spirit because we must worship heaven. We answer your name, O Lord of hosts. Everything about us is designed to offer glory unto thee. We have atoned for our sins last year. This very year we have not only atoned for our sins, we have spilled, we have shed blood, they have shed our blood. We have let our sacrifice be made unto thee. Even on the 30th of August, as we are being felled by the bullets of the enemy, by the workers of iniquity and of darkness, we remain very strong today to beckon upon thee, to ask you for your mercy and for your grace, to ensure that your kingdom is restored upon the face of the earth, that you can bring your healing hand to bear upon the life of those of them that you created for one singular purpose, and that purpose alone, which is to worship you in truth and in every honesty. Is there any way that we have erred? Is there any way that our ancestors may have sinned? We confess before a congregation of the whole of humanity to ask you, O Lord of hosts, to have mercy upon us. You must have mercy upon us. We have suffered enough. We have been subjugated enough. We have been tortured enough. We have been imprisoned enough. We did not do these people anything. Our only crime is to answer your name. Our only crime is to be born your children. Our only crime is to excel at everything that we place our hands into. Our only crime is to exhibit your glory and your blessing, which manifestedly is upon our lives every blessed day. That is why they want to kill us. That is why the British want to join those of them who don't know you to destroy your creation and your inheritance. You will not allow shame to befall your name. You will not allow the enemies to triumph over the lives of your children, because you created us to exist, to worship, to honor, and to praise you. That is exactly what we are going to do when this Biafra comes. It will come in truth and in every honesty, because we remain every blessed day whiter than white and whiter than snow. Is there any way that we have sinned that you cannot forgive us our trespasses, to enable us to fulfill your own word which was spoken thousands of years ago, that instead of what you promised not to come to pass, that heaven and earth will cease to exist, you opened your mouth to bless mankind to the coming of Yahweh Yeshua, who came here and said, let your kingdom come on earth as it is in heaven. Those words can never be in vain, because they are anchored upon your holiness and your magnificence. That is why in the end we know that Biafra will come, that these children that we have given birth to all over the world, and their children, and their children, and their children, as long as they give birth to them and they are Biafrans, they will worship you in truth and honesty. Through this very work we are doing, mankind will come to understand you. Let your miracle be wrought in our lives. Let us witness and behold your magnificence, your holiness, your mystery, and your grace. Under our command, O Lord of hosts, we call upon you. We call upon you to heal. We call upon you to provide succor to those of them who are inconsolable. We ask you to come and strengthen those who are weak. We ask you to restore hope where there is hopelessness. We ask you for inclusion where there is destitution. We ask you for one brotherhood, one camaraderie, one bone, one blood, and one flesh of your children. The Efiks and the Bibios, the Izon, the Shekiri, the Isobos and also those of them from Isoko. We are traveling all the way to the lands of Igala. We are moving on from there to Idoma, to Igede, to the territories of the Igbo land. All these places we dedicate unto thee. All these lands of yours, we ask you to cover it with your mercy, because Biafra will come, and when it does, we will dance on the streets. I'm telling you, by the time that we are done, humanity will think that we are mad, we are drunk in your glory, and rightfully so, because your kingdom will come to rest upon this very earth. That very kingdom is the unadulterated, non-negotiable sovereignty of the Republic of Biafra, that your will may be fulfilled in our time. All this we pray, all this we ask for, in no other name apart from that name that belongs to you. I had in Sosine Bigebi. He said.
Good evening, fellow Biafrans, men and women of goodwill and of good conscience. This is a live broadcast of Radio Biafra London, all the way from United Kingdom. This evening of the 10th of July 2019, we are asking you, eminent Biafrans, wherever you are, to sit tight to, of course, contribute immensely and wholeheartedly to this program. We are not mincing words here. We will not forget that we are under the anointing, under the glory of the Most High God. In His majestic power, in His mighty valor, we have been able to do what we are doing. And our enemies can only roar, they can only embark on all manner of shenanigans, but in the end, they will indeed bow. That is why we will not indeed hesitate at this particular point in time to call down the glory of the Most High God, Chukwu Okike, He who sees the secret and the open, the mighty one in battle, to come and be on the driving seat, to indeed direct the affairs of this evening, to envelop the entire IPOB members individually and collectively. Conscientious ones indeed, not treacherous lords in our midst, because we know that there are some fake and opportunistic souls, sons and daughters of perdition, who are answering Biafra names and pretending to be part of us. We ask you, the Most High God, to fish them out, that their evil plot will turn around and continue to torment them and eventually destroy all of them. Go before us, go beside us, go behind us. Continue to shield us with thy power, with thy glory, with our protection, spiritually and physically, that our enemies will continue to scamper for safety in our presence. Continue to sustain this pressure, the confusion in their midst, in their camps, that they shall continue to speak in hostile, antithetical, divergent languages among themselves, that they will never agree, and that in the end, not only that they perish, but that Biafra be restored. For that is part and parcel of the covenant we made with our ancestors, and by extension, all of us, presentation of Biafrans who are on this platform today. We are under divine instruction made possible by you. And we ask you, the Most High God, not to allow us to indeed suffer in vain. Our brothers and sisters are, as we speak, still undergoing different degrees of pains and difficulties, from the marauding terrorists, from Hausa Fulani extraction. Some of them are from different parts of Africa. The nomadic and stateless terrorists who call themselves herdsmen. They go by other names, of course. They want to invade our territories. They want to take over what belongs to us by force. May that weapon that they have come with turn around, that it will destroy all of them, and that Biafra will be established and restored in the final analysis. Allow us to stand on it when fully restored, to raise our voices in unison, to praise their name once again in a new symbolic covenant that will span generations of Biafrans to come. That these our enemies will be in awe of your name, and that the rest of humanity will indeed acknowledge that indeed that you are our God and we are your people. Bless our leader Mazu Nnamdi Kanu and his family. Bless all IPOB principal servants. Bless men, women, and children. Bless friends of Biafra who have dedicated themselves to this cause. May their effort never be in vain. May the souls of our gallant heroes and heroines who have paid the ultimate price, on whose behalf we are doing what we are doing today, continue to rest in your bosom until we all meet to part no more. May their sacrifices never be in vain. And for us here, we pray you to come to pass in our lives, that the only compensation, the only thing that can compensate for the ultimate sacrifice of our gallant heroes and heroines, our brothers and sisters who have gone before us, is the ultimate restoration of Biafra on their behalf and in their honor. That your name will be glorified in our lives eventually. To this we say amen and amen and amen. He say. My name is Uche Mefor. I am the deputy leader of Indigenous people of Biafra from Abata. Abata is in Idemili is in Omambra is in Biafra land. I am here standing in for our great leader Mazu Nnamdi Kanu, the Colossus. I call him the enigma and the oracle of our time, the man who defied every insult, every criticism, every obstacle put on his way, and maintained focus, together with the faithful Biafran family members around the world, IPOB of course. Today we are where we are because we remained focused, we remained ideologically consistent. And the world is today taking note. You IPOB family members should be proud of whom you are. Never you waver. Never you abandon this course, because this journey is nearing its end. And as you can see, the zoo, the contraption called Nigeria, is nearing total explosion. They are fighting themselves. And this battle will be fought among themselves, not between them and Biafrans. We shall fold our hands, but of course fortify our territories and watch them destroy themselves, that Biafra may emerge eventually. But may those who are saboteurs in our land watch their back, because the spirits of our brothers and sisters massacred in cold blood will continue to haunt and torment all of them. They shall never know peace. And so shall it be, that the contraption called Nigeria will continue to diminish at the mentioning of the name Biafra. On the other hand, Biafra shall continue to increase, because we are the children of light, and we remain beacon of hope to those who cannot defend themselves, who cannot speak for themselves. We are not going to shake on our responsibilities, and we will never allow the heart of this project to see corruption. The gate of hell will never allow to prevail against it. A statement pregnant with a lot of meanings, and which demands total dedication, total assimilation, and imbibing of the principles of tenacity, principle of faithfulness, principle of courage in adversity. The type that our leader Mazu Nnamdi Kanu has demonstrated, time without numbers. The type that our brothers and sisters who have undergone different degrees of pains and difficulties in different secret cells and detention centers in the contraption called Nigeria have undergone and are still undergoing. the difficulties that our brothers and sisters are still undergoing today, even those who are not being held, are being economically emaciated. They are being politically disenfranchised. They are indeed subjected to all manner of inhuman and degrading treatment. Their human rights are trampled upon. And we are not going to rest until justice is done. Very important, we are on different platforms, satellite platforms, FM relay stations across Biafra land, subject to confirmation. And we will want to use this opportunity to invite once again, to implore our people to indeed make every effort, put everything that they have into making the necessary effort, make sure that all communities in Biafra land are covered with our FM relay stations, that our people may be able to be getting this good news. We salute the courage of a tiny group of people who are going about in different parts of Biafra land sponsoring different satellite units and FM relay stations or relay outlets for our signals in different parts of Biafra, and we invite others to join. The best way to do this is to make sure that your community, whatever community you come from Biafra land, has at least one good functioning FM relay station. Also make sure that you sponsor people to get satellite units from which they will be getting our broadcasts. If you don't know what to do, contact principal servants near to you, especially those in Biafra land. You know what to do. Our brothers and sisters in the diaspora, we are asking you to help and do something now and not tomorrow, because our people need the information that they should use and put into good use, I must say, at this critical moment that we find ourselves. Our towns and villages are surrounded, they are invaded by the marauding, nomadic Hausa Fulani. We call them Hausa Fulani because they have already conquered the Hausa states and communities and taken it over. The nomadic savage or savages, the Islamic fundamentalists, the Janjaweed, mentally impaired, but of course bloodthirsty animals walking around like human beings. They are everywhere in different parts of Biafra land. They have conquered different parts of the zoo called Nigeria. And the last battleground is Biafra land. We shall not allow them. There are people who are coming up trying to play to the gallery in the name of defending Biafran territories and communities. Woe betide you if you are playing games with the defense of our people. And we want to use this opportunity once again to call attention of our people to the fact that there are proliferations of different groups of people, individuals, who come together trying to see where they can, or rather how they can reap where they did not sow. Some of them say that they are part and parcel of IPOB. We do not have any other name apart from IPOB, for avoidance of doubt. We have our volunteers, we have our intelligence unit. Let the zoo know it. As a matter of fact, every IPOB family member is an intelligence officer, for avoidance of doubt. Because we are always watching our neighborhood. We do not go by any other name. And when we go by any other name, we will tell you. People cannot take laws into their hands. People cannot try to be clever by half and try to exploit the vulnerability of our people at this particular point in time, at this auspicious moment in history, that our territories are being surrounded through the treacherous act of some individuals and groups in the same Biafra land, working for their Fulani masters. Your cup is full this time around because you can no longer run to any other place. Those of you who were subservient to Fulanis are now seeing the consequences of it. If you sow treachery, you reap treachery. Some of you ganged up against IPOB and opened the back door of our defense in different communities to these invaders. Today, if you are riding Okada, they are riding Okada. If you are driving taxi, they are driving taxi. If you are a businessman, they are also businessmen. If you are speaking your local dialect, they are speaking it. And there's nothing you can do about it. Some of you who were making frantic efforts to destroy IPOB, to cast aspersion on IPOB, spending huge amount of money, deceiving the gullible in our midst. 2-3 years ago, are now turning around to call our people. You have now become town criers. You are calling our people to defend themselves. Is it not the same defense we are talking about that we are not talking about today? We talked about defending ourselves because we have the right to self-defense. We did not say we are going to attack anybody. We said we are going to defend ourselves because our territories, our properties are being taken away from us by invaders, by terrorists, alien to our land. And you say that we are heating up the polity. You accused us, indigenous people of Biafra, of waging war against the zoo called Nigeria, whereby the people who are actually with weapons of warfare, who are being sponsored, who are being paid to kill, to maim, to destroy the innocent, we're having free hand. They have access to national televisions of the zoo called Nigeria. They have access to radio platforms. They speak at will and with authority. And nobody says anything. The latest of it was the Miatiala Fulani headsman, audacious and intimidating broadcasts on different major platforms in the zoo called Nigeria, threatening everybody, threatening the zoo government, threatening those who are not from their own path, threatening Biafrans. And nobody dare say anything. Nobody has said anything. No one has been arrested. These people are not terrorists. They have not waged war against the zoo called Nigeria. They have not incited the public or heated up the polity. And no one has been charged for treason. But we, the indigenous people of Biafra, who are pointing out the ills of the zoo damnable republic, are being called terrorists. Injustice is injustice. And at the end of the day, all of you who jubilated when IPOB was tagged terrorists, when IPOB members were being haunted, and they are still being haunted till date, Some of you who were popping champagne, we told you that a time like this will come when you will no longer be safe. It doesn't matter whom you are. You might have heaven on earth. You might be as wealthy as anything or anybody that one can imagine. But time is coming when even those your business outfits, even those your projects cannot be carried out in a conducive environment anymore. Is it not when you have security that you operate? Is it not when you have security that you can transact business? Is it not when you have security that you can do meaningful investment? Is it not when you have security that people will come to patronize you? The zoo called Nigeria is undergoing nemesis. And her citizens, who think that they are the most intelligent all over the world, have destroyed themselves through their criminal silence and through their treachery. At the end of the day, this contraption called Nigeria is not supposed to exist because it is an evil empire meant to subjugate the people of God. Everybody is bearing testimony or bearing witness and are testifying to what IPOB has done, even in their quiet times. They envy IPOB, but they have respect for IPOB. Our leader, Mazu, the only lone voice in the wilderness, when it was not fashionable to do so, has been holding forth. And there's nothing anybody can do about it. What are we saying here? The zoo called Nigeria is going to experience what it has not experienced before. A number of war criminals will be prosecuted by the special grace of God in no distant time. People who have shed blood in that contraption called Nigeria, criminals who have aided and abetted others to shed blood, to spill the blood of the innocent, to embark on torture and subjugation to slavery and servitude of innocent. Essentially, and in international criminal terms, people who have committed crime against humanity, people who have committed heinous crimes prohibited in international criminal law or international law, they will face justice in no distant time. And we are using this opportunity to advise communities, indigenous populations in different parts of that zoo called Nigeria, more especially in Biafra land, to be painstaking in gathering evidence against these criminals, because in no distant time it is going to happen. The zoo called Nigeria shall no longer be the same. People are invading government offices and issuing threats, and they go scot-free. People are aiding and abetting them. There is now a new announcement, or rather a new policy by the zoo presidency, that anybody that touches Fulani terrorists will go to 6 months imprisonment. Or is it 6 months or 6 years? They have told you that Ruga has been suspended, but they have also repackaged it. They now call it National Livestock Transformation Project or something like that. And the gullible criminal politicians in Biafra land have no say even at this particular point in time. We urge all political office holders in Biafra land to emulate the courage and forthrightness of Governor Nyesom Wike of Igbocha, for his boldness, for his tenacity in making a stand to defend his own people. We haven't had any public announcement from any political office holders in different government houses in Biafra land. The way and as eloquently as possible with reference to Governor of Rivers State, Uche case. The Governor of Enugu State is still keeping quiet. We haven't had any public announcement or public declaration of where he stands. The Governor of Anambra State as well, the monster in Anambra Government House, with Obiano. These are close allies of that monster in Asorok. Governor of Ebonyi State has not been very, very active and forthright in declaring his position. What we have heard recently is that the so-called Southeast governors are saying to the Fulani headsmen that any one of them seen transporting cattle by road to Biafra land or to any states in Biafra land will be prosecuted. And we are telling them that that is not enough. They have to come out openly and reject these people. Fulani headsmen have intercourse with the cow or cattle that they are rearing. They transmit diseases, deadly diseases, to these animals. And after that, they will kill some of them and sell to our people. Or they will sell them in live, as live animals to our people. And we will take it. Kill it and eat. I can assure you that 40% of the diseases that our people are suffering from today comes from the cattle or the cow meat that these Fulani terrorists are selling to our people. We must be very vigilant. We must mount pressure on the political office holders in different government houses, the governors in Biafra land, to declare where they stand. The health and progress of our people must be paramount this time around, or they get out. Revolution is loading, is everywhere. Every part of the zoo called Nigeria appreciates or is ripe for revolution and public outcry. Biafra land cannot be different. Let our people be encouraged. Of course, there are some people who have started it. Let them begin to rear cattle as well and other livestock that we add to the need of our people. In addition to abattoirs that we have in different states in Biafra land, we want those who are in positions of authority in Biafra land to declare where they stand and to sponsor individuals and groups and employ those that they can employ. And the livestock project that they are going to be implementing in no distant time. We have it on good note that a number of states in Biafra land are now very much keen in implementing the blueprint by some economists in Biafra land to set up cattle ranches in different states. That is a welcome development as far as it is for the good of our people, for our consumption need of our people. But we are also asking those who are behind it to make sure that they make this another platform for employing our youths and other people who are in need of employment and who are ready to work in those sectors. Sponsor it and employ the youths in those areas. But as for Fulani headsmen, as for their terror, as for their pomposity, as for the audacity, as for the invasion that they have come with in our land, we will reject all of them. IPOB is not keeping quiet for avoidance of doubt, but we are not going to be provocative. Let people who are crying on the internet, on Facebook and social network platforms, look very closely around their environment. We have a program of action, and let no one tell us that they have what it takes and that IPOB is working with them. Especially those who have come with strange names on the internet. People should be warned, people should be very careful, people should be at alert. Confirm every information you have come across from Radio Biafra platform. Confirm it from our head of Directorate of State, led by, Mr. Mazu Chike and his deputy. Confirm it from our continental reps. Confirm it from our media and publicity secretary. Confirm it from our press statements. Confirm it from Biafra Television. Confirm it from my very self. If it is not from Radio Biafra, then you have to be very careful. If it's not from IPOB principal servants, then you must have to be very careful. And take every information that external sources make available to you with a pinch of salt. Because we are in a precarious situation, we are in an extraordinary moment and situation that requires extraordinary approach. This is Radio Biafra presentation. We are moving forward. Most our governments in charge. Fake information from our platforms that has its origin from third parties must be rejected, must be scrutinized, must indeed be ejected from our system. We are making this as a public announcement. Please, our people in the media must be very vigilant. This thing has done us a lot of harm. Fake news that people pretend to be a real and authentic information or news item from third parties being allowed on our platform has indeed generated a number of negatives for our progress, and we must fight it. Very important. Verify every information, we continue to repeat. Verify every news you have come across that has to do with IPOB, that has to do with Radio Biafra, that has to do with what we're doing, that has to do with the restoration effort that we are making. Let us support the effort of our leader, Mazu. The man who has suffered so much. Even his family members are undergoing different degrees of pains and difficulties. And as with other IPOB family members, in different parts of Biafra land, we shall stand with all of you, as always, in solidarity. what are we going to say again? Sometimes it is very important that one keeps quiet and watch what is going on. IPOB has been at the forefront of warning people, individuals and groups in the zoo called Nigeria of the impending danger, and through the instrumentality of Radio Biafra, led by our leader Mazu. Having said and done a lot in the past and even in the present, a lot of doubters are now being convinced that indeed it is no longer business as usual. But because of envy and jealousy, a lot of them in Biafra land will rather prefer that they set up their own franchise. Because our leader sensitized a number of people, our leaders tour in the United States of America and Canada in the last month has generated a lot of interest. There are now individuals and groups who think that they are very clever. They even employ people who are not from Biafra land to try to hoodwink others. Our leader called for a general concerted effort across board to make sure that we do something tangible and proactive in defending our people from danger, from terrorism, from aggression by the invading Fulani terrorists. And in the next 72 hours or so after that, we have seen a lot of frenzy of activities of people raising funds. There are authentic platforms that we are using to appeal to our people. And all those that we recognize we are not talking against. But our people must be very careful about names. If it is not IPOB, then it is not part of us. If it is not any name that we recognize, it is not part of us. No matter what the proprietors of those organizers of that platform or the conveners of that program or platform or project are saying, everybody that wants to be popular, we want to attach him or herself or themselves to IPOB or to Nnamdi Kanu. We must warn our people as well that members of the DSS, the State Directorate of State Security, and the police are disguising themselves as Biafrans. And they do all manner of things in the name of Biafrans. That is why we must clarify, that is why we must authenticate anybody, any platform, any group of people that claim to be working closely with us in the restoration effort that we're embarking upon. If you have not confirmed this from Radio Biafra platform, from Biafra television platform, from Media and Public Secretary, from press statements from the Directorate of State, then know that you are running a risk of being hoodwinked. We are repeating this and will continue to repeat it. There are a number of desperate individuals and groups who are bent on extorting money from Biafrans. Run away from them. They are not part of us unless we authenticate it. We have IPOB family units across Biafra and outside Biafra land. And we have our volunteers who are doing marvelously well. If you understand what we are saying, you will understand what I'm saying. If you don't understand what we are saying, then you will not understand what I'm saying. This is Radio Biafra presentation. We are moving forward. Most High God remains in time. Number to call is 4474 05964146. Boycott Fulani meat or Fulani cow or Fulani cattle because they are transmitting diseases, deadly diseases through these animals that they are selling to us. Boycott them and look after yourself. Look after your safety, because that is the only way these people can get at us. It becomes imperative that our people take proactive action towards making sure that we protect our health, that we protect our dignity, that we protect the future of generations of Biafrans to come. This is once again your platform, and we are urging eminent Biafrans to remain focused and resolute. We're back in a minute. Welcome back. This is still your Biafra Live presentation. I'm joined by, I'm not sure whether this connection is still ongoing. I'm joined by the head of Directorate of State, Mazu, a dozen all the way from Switzerland. And we are going to him, and after that we'll take other calls. Can you hear me? The head of Directorate, good evening from here. Welcome to the program, and thank you for holding.
Yes, thank you, Mazu. Thank you so much. I can hear you. I don't know, am I coming out clear?
Yes, you are. Go ahead, please.
Thank you, Deputy. Good evening, Biafrans. Good afternoon, good morning, and good night to all of you, wherever you may be at this hour, depending on your time zone. My name is Mazu Chika. I come from Ihoma. Ihoma is in Olo province of Biafra land. And by the grace of Almighty Chukwu Kikabiama, I serve the indigenous people of Biafra in the Directorate of State as the head of Directorate. Of course, I am joining our deputy once again this evening to make a very important announcement. And the announcements are as follows. The Supreme Leader of the Indigenous People of Biafra, Yendu Mazina Mikano, has made the following appointments. 1. Mrs. Christy Ekam. Mrs. Christy Ekam is our sister based in the United States and from Akwa Ibom province of Biafra land. She is, with immediate effect, appointed as the new press secretary to the Directorate of State of the Indigenous People of Biafra. Mrs. Christy Ekam is the new press secretary to the DOS. Of course, I will get in touch with her for a detailed explanation of what her duties entails. There is also the appointment of Mrs. Munachi Obara, as well based in the United States, as the National Mobilization Officer for United States of America. Mrs. Munachi Obara will have 8 mobilization officers who will be reporting to her, and also who are based in the United States and will, of course, work hand in hand together with her to make sure that the whole of USA is mobilized for the struggle and for the work that is before us. She will also, as a result of her new responsibility, she will automatically be a member of the USA National Executive. She will be a part of the United States of America IPOB National Executive. The third appointment that has been made is the appointment of Prestige Chicago, also in the United States of America, as the new Deputy National Coordinator for USA. USA has now received, or a new National Deputy Coordinator is now appointed for United States of America. And with that, all the appointments take immediate effect, and all these individuals, of course, I will contact them again individually to explain to them what their new assignments entails. Great Biafrans, of course, like our deputy was already touching on, the times that we are in are very hard times. We cannot stop repeating. If it means that we repeat ourselves, we cannot stop repeating ourselves. But this battle is one that must be accomplished. It is one that we must win at the end of it all, as our leader, Mazu will always say. And of course, as we believe it. But we believe that at the end of this battle, this generation must restore the dignity of our people, and our lost heritage must be returned to us. It is a duty bound upon all of us to give every support that we can muster to the leadership, to give every support to our leader, to give every support to our deputy, Mazu Uche Mefor, as they pilot the affairs of this great movement to the promised land, which is a restored, sovereign, and independent Biafran nation. Time to time, you may be hearing my voice going forward more often because we must put all machineries in place for the final push to our fatherland. I want to encourage those of you in Biafra land, and as well all of us in the diaspora, to tighten our belt and hold firm as this movement and this moving train races down to the finishing line. May Chukwu Kikabiyama continue to be our help because we trust in him. May he continue to guide and preserve and protect our leader because we worship him alone. And of course, may he continue to imbue our deputy with the strength and the good health for which he will continue to stand in the deputy position of our leader, while our leader is doing other very important works around the world. May Chukwu Abiyama guide, preserve, protect, strengthen every one of you, Biafrans, Biafra land, and in the diaspora, and preserve your families and provide your needs in his name. Chukwu Abiyama, I pray. Ise. Mazi, I want to thank you, and I will say from me here, if there is any question for me, of course I will take it. Otherwise, I will say from me, from Switzerland, good night to great Biafrans, and to you as well.
Thank you very much, the head of directorate. Of course, there is no question regarding the announcement made, and all I can say that those announcements stand, and we shall, of course, put in the internal mechanism that will enable the new appointments to be as smooth as possible. I mean, enable the new appointees to be conversant with the inner workings of the directorate. Of course, you are at best in position to give certain necessary directions. Thank you very much, and God bless. Thank you.
Thank you. Good night.
The head of Directorate of State Mazu Education and Convergence to the new additions to the directorate. We'll back in a minute. But this is still with your Biafra presentation. I'm joined at this particular point in time. Our people in Biafra land and in different parts of the world, we will have to open the line for unmitigated, uninterrupted contributions, but there are important announcements that have to be made to ensure proper functioning of our platforms and to enlighten our people on what needs to be done at this particular point in time. Very important. There are a number of platforms, a number of mushroom platforms, franchise, I must tell you. Biafra is now a franchise. There are a number of individuals and groups who are online soliciting for funds, soliciting for all manner of funds for different purposes. Some of them say that they are part and parcel of IPOB. We are telling you, and we are telling all of these people that it cannot work, it is not correct, and we are not accepting that. Our people must be very vigilant. We have not commissioned anyone to solicit funds on behalf of IPOB. Very important. And these questions are being asked over and over and over again. We have our internal mechanism of raising funds, and where necessary we will make important announcement regarding some of our people that we are collaborating with. The last bit, our leader Mazu was in United States of America and in Canada, and there are a number of important developments there. People are asking about World Igbo Congress and IPOB and all that. Are they working together? And I will have to invite you to go back to the video of our leader Mazu Kanu's town hall meeting in Atlanta, and you will see what transpired there. Yes, there is a new level of understanding between IPOB and World Igbo Congress. But regarding the video making rounds, where people are asking a number of questions, we urge IPOB family members to desist from making any negative comment regarding those videos, or that video, especially the video by our brother and father, Professor Ejiofor. It is very important that individual IPOB family members allow that particular video. If there is any concerns we have, it has to be done internally. And I can assure you that we are looking at one or two things. But be rest assured that IPOB has internal mechanism of going about their projects. Very important. Let nobody make a negative comment regarding Professor Ejiofor's announcement online, where he was drawing attention to the danger that our people, especially Igbo part of Biafra land, are facing. Let people stop making negative comments regarding that. If there is any issue, it has to be sorted out internally. And if there is any announcement to make as regards that, we will have to make it. But let the status quo remain for avoidance of doubt. If there is any issue, our leader Mazu will have to clarify it. We must not take these things into our hands. We have so much work to do. We must concentrate in our communities, especially those in Biafra land. We must concentrate on making sure that we chase away these marauding terrorists from invading, from raping, from killing, from maiming, from taking over our properties. It is our responsibility, individually and collectively, to stand tall against these evil machinations, against this terrorism that has been sponsored by the Janjaweed controlled Fulani government of Nigeria. Very important that we do the needful. This will be a further presentation. I will go to the line without wasting time. I'm joined by the head of our finance department, Mrs. Nenyaya, all the way from Germany. Can you hear me? Good evening from here, and thank you for holding.
Yeah, good evening, my deputy. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. The world is telling you. Go ahead, please.
Thank you very much for picking my call. Good evening from Germany. Great IPOB family members around the world. Good evening, dear friends, our friends, lovers of freedom, wherever you are this evening from Germany. Some of you is in the morning. I welcome you all tonight to our live broadcast today, the 10th of July, 2019, and a Wednesday. Today, I have an announcement to make with regards to our monthly donation in Biafra land. But today, I will only concentrate on Ebonyi and part of Iguacha. But before I go on, I need to introduce myself. My name is Naya Anya. I'm from Ihechiowa in Umuahia province in Biafra land. And by the special grace of Chukwu Okike Abiyama, I am the head of Finance Department of Indigenous People of Biafra worldwide. But before I go on, I want to thank our IPOB family members in Canada, in America, for the way they host our leader. It was really good, especially in Canada. And of course, Texas, Washington, and lastly, New York, Maryland, Atlanta. You people were really wonderful. I commend all of you. And that I know that many people have now joined the family. Those that never believed in us are now coming out. We thank Chukwu Okike Abiyama, and we thank our leader. I mean, he has never failed us. And we all know he's not going to fail us. The question now is, are we going to fail him? And I know many of us will not fail. There is something going around. People are busy telling people to pay money. Some, they will tell you they are this, they are that. Please be very careful. Very, very careful. When they come to you, ask them the family member, IPOB family member they belong. What is their structure? Who is their leader? Some of them might come, they will tell you, I am under Mazu Nnamdi Kanu, Otu Awunezi. It's not true. They know the name Mazu Nnamdi Kanu. Everybody will want to say, yes, it's true. But many of them are not true. It's not just enough making video, they will put Biafran flag behind them. It's not enough. They know that we want Biafra. Please, don't be carried away. Do not be carried away. Otherwise, ask them, which IPOB family do they belong? Who is their coordinator? What is the structure? It's very important. Are they on oath? These are the questions that you have to ask them. And by the time you ask them 2 or 3 questions, they will run away. Or they will, block you if it's on Facebook. you must be very careful, all of us, because they are now coming in, they are now within, and you know, enemy within is very, very tough. But please, be vigilant and make sure you are not carried away. Yes, we want Biafra. Yes, they will tell you they want Biafra. But the question is, how do they want Biafra? How do they want Biafra to be restored? That is the question. Yes, they want Biafra. Yes, they will tell you, we are IPOB family member. But how do they want to restore Biafra? It's only one IPOB under the leadership of our leader, Mazu Nnamdi Kanu. That is the genuine one. The others are fake. Because it's very easy to write IPOB. So do not be deceived. And be very, very careful. Do not give your money to anybody just because they say they want to restore Biafra, or they want to fight, or they want to do this. Please be careful how you give out your hard-earned money. It's very, very important. I also have noticed that sometimes, especially those of us in diaspora, when we make payments, they tend to combine 2 or 3 payments together. I have nothing against that. Sometimes they combine the Freedom and Cultural Levy together with the monthly donations. They lump them together, but they will not send anything to show that this amount is for Freedom and Cultural Levy, this particular amount is for our monthly dues or something. It's very, very wrong. Please, when you send such combined funds, try to send me an email and make it very explicit and explain yourself exactly how much I should lodge in for the monthly dues and how much is for the Freedom and Cultural Levy. For example, somebody sent in 400 euros and said that it's for Freedom and Cultural Levy and monthly donation. Of course, the Freedom and Cultural Levy might be 300, which is 250, the other one is 400. It might be that he did not, or he or she did not pay the whole amount. Maybe he made only a part payment, and the rest is for monthly donation. That is why it's very important. Please, after sending it, send me an email and explain yourself better. So it will be easier for me to know where to lodge it, and it will be easier for you. So you don't say that you have made your payment and it's not registered there. Please, take note. It's very, very important. And for those of us in Biafra land, some people will send down the names of units they claim they have paid, but I will not see no evidence of payment. For example, I will not see the teller. And if I don't see the evidence that he paid, and you just send me the names, it's possible I might not call it, because I'm not sure, unless if I'm really sure. But please, take note. It's very, very important. And lastly, I want to remind those of us in diaspora again that the payment for our monthly donation every month is on the 10th of every month. And today is the 10th, and many have not paid. Some are owing. I'm expecting that by now, something will be coming in, because we have a lot of bills to pay. A lot. We have our people to take care of. We have also legal fee, to pay for their legal fee and other things. Hospital bills, all these are waiting for us, and we are supposed to do it. So please, endeavor to pay in time. It's very, very important. Just the way you make your list at the end of every month, try to put IPOB monthly donation on top. Let it be number 1 for you. It's very, very important. Our enemies are not sleeping. So the more they advance, the more we also have to advance, and faster. I commend all of you who have been paying both to our PayPal account or our main account. Some of you pay, you don't want your names to be mentioned. I commend all of you. Chukwu Okike Abiama knows all of you. So keep on the good work so that we don't fail, so that nothing will stop us from restoring Biafra. Now I go on to call out the names of the units that have paid. Like I said, today is only Ebonyi and part of Iguacha. Another day I will come in, to call out the others so that I can give people chance to come in to make their calls as well. Now we go to Ebonyi State. For the unit Inyamago Zone Unit 1, Zone Unit 2, Unit 1 paid for October to December 2018, while Unit 2 paid for January, February 2019. Ezediofo Unit 1 paid for January, February 2019. Ezediofo Unit 2 paid for January 2019. Ezediofo Unit 3 paid for January, February, March 2019. Ezediofo Unit 4 paid for January, February 2019. Still with Iguacha. Ameke Aba Zone 1, Unit 3, they paid for November, December 2018. Ameke Aba Zone 2, Unit 1, they paid for November, December 2018 and January 2019. Ameke Aba Zone 1, Unit 1, they paid for November, December 2018 and January 2019. Ameke Aba Zone 2, Unit 4, they paid for November, December 2018. Ameke Aba Zone 3, Unit 1, they paid for November 2018. Mine 50 Zone 1, Unit 1, they paid for November, December 2018. Enyibuchere Zone 1 in Ozibo, Unit 2, they paid for November 2018. Enyibuchiri Zone 1, Unit 1, they paid for November 2018. Also, Enyibuchiri Zone 1, which is in Echeria Unit 4, they paid for November 2014. I commend all of them. Nkalika Zone 1, Unit 3, they paid for August, September, October, November, December 2018. Nkalike Zone 1, Unit 2, they paid for April to December 2018. Nkwogu Unit 1, they paid July to December 2018. Nkwogu Unit 2, they paid November to December 2018. Mbagugu Zone 1, Unit 1, they paid October to December 2018. The same one, Unit 1, Unit 2, they paid November, December 2018. Mbaguagu Zone 1, Unit 3, they paid October to December 2018. Ebua Uhugu Zone 1, Unit 1, they paid for December 2018. Ebia Nozo Zone 1, Amugu Onitsha Unit 2, they paid for December 2018. Ebia no Zone 1, Unit 3, Zone 1, Unit 4, Zone 1, Unit 5, Zone 1, Unit 6, they all paid for December 2018. Site Zone 1, Unit 1, they paid for November 2018. Azo Ugu, Zone 1, Unit 1, Zone 1, Unit 2, Zone 1, Unit 3, Zone 1, Unit 4, they all paid for November 2018. Ameke Aba Zone 1, Unit 4, they paid for November, December 2018, January, February 2019. Isheke Zone 1 in Achara, Unit 3, they paid for February, March 2019. Ward 4 Unit Izu, local government area, they paid for February, March, April, May 2018. Ndugumba Unit, they paid for January to May 2019. I commend them. Ifunago Unit Z, local government area, they paid for November 2018 and December, then January, February 2019. Anachara Abaja Izu paid January, February 2019. Umuzo Unit 1, Ebuzu Zone 1, paid for April, May to December 2018. That is what I have for Ebony for now. More is coming, but I go by, how they submitted it. Now, like I said, I will call out for parts of Iguacha. Now we have Rivers West Senatorial Zone, Ohada East Local Government, Ohada East Zone 1, Unit 1, they pay for December 2017. Rivers South East Senatorial, Eleme Local Government, Eleato Eleme Zone Unit 1, they paid for October 2018. Abanacha Eleme Zone 1, Unit 1, they paid for October 2018. Oyibo Local Government Area, Obibo Express Zone 10B, Unit 1, they paid for March 2019. Mwaji Zone 10A, Unit 1, they paid for January 2019. Comcom Zone 4B, Unit 3, they didn't write the month. Nduki Zone 16, Unit 1, they paid for December 2018. Zone 14, Obibo, Unit 4, Palace Road, they paid for August 2018. I commend them for Eleme. They are coming up gradually. That is very good. It's good for them. Now we stay in Iguacha River Southeast Senatorial, Eleme Local Government Area, Unit 2, Abonacha Eleme Zone Pipeline, Akpo Ukpo, paid for January 2018. Unit 1, Abonacha Zone, they paid for October, November 2018. Unit 1, Alesa Zone, they paid for December 2018. Now, Obibo Local Government Area 1, Unit 2, Obibo Express Zone 10B, they paid for August 2018. Unit 1, Nduki Obibo Zone 16, they paid for February 2019. Unit 1, Obibo Zone 5, Comcom, they paid for February to April 2019. Unit 4, Unit 3, Obibo Zone 4B, they paid for January 2019. Unit 2, Comcom Obibo Zone 4B, they paid for May 2019. Unit 1, Obibo Zone 1A, they paid for February 2018. Unit 1, Obibo Express Zone 10B, they paid for May 2019. I commend them as well. Like I said, the Obibo, they are coming up gradually, but more is expected from them, but at least they are coming up. Now, still in Iguacha, Rivers East Senatorial Zone, Port Harcourt Area 1, DOB, Synagogue Zone 1, Unit 4, they paid for July, August 2018. Garrison Zone Unit 1, February, March. Synagogue Zone DOB, Zone Unit 3, they paid for August, September 2018. Ajib Eagle Island, December 2018 and January 2019. Amadiama Zone Iwoma Unit, they paid for March 2019. Azobia Town Zone 1 Unit 4, they paid for April. Mbundu Unit Zone 1, Zone 1 Unit 1, they paid for September. Mpogu Zone 2 Unit 2, they paid for June of 2018. Mpogu Zone 1 Unit 4, they paid for 17. Mpogu Zone 1 Unit 1, they paid for September to December 2018 and January to February 2019. Now, Eche Local Government 1, Cornerstone Zone Unit 1, Obieche, they paid for August, September 2018. New Jerusalem Zone Unit 1, they paid for November to December 2018 and January 2019. Now, Eche Local Government Area 2, Ikwere Ngwo Central Zone Unit, they paid for January, February 2019. Obiakpo Area 2, Shell Road Unit 2, Rumukurushi Zone, they paid for July, August 2018. Shell RA Unit 2, Zone 3. They didn't state the month. Shell RB to Unit 3, Zone 1, Zone 3, Unit 1, they paid for December 2018 and January 2019. Elelewo Zone 4, Unit 1, they paid for December 2018 and January 2019. Gumukini Zone 2, Elekohia paid for September, October 2018. Obiakpo Area 1, Gumudumanya Zone Unit 1 paid for September 2018. Oni Zone 1 Unit 1 paid for October, November 2018. Now, Obiakpo Area 3, Okocha Zone Holy Trinity Unit paid for October 2018. That is still Iguacha. Now, still also Iguacha. Rivers East Senatorial Zone. Obiakpo Area 1. Wumukurushi Zone 3, Unit 1, they pay for April, May 2018. Still Village Zone Iriebe Unit 1, they pay for December 2018, January 2019. Elembo Atali Zone 1, paid January, February, March 2019. Still Village Zone Iriebe Unit 3, they pay for June 2018. Eneka Unit 1, Rumuwu Zone 1, they paid for May 2018. Rumuwari Zone 1, Unit 4, they paid for November 2018. Rumuigbo Zone 2, Unit 1, they paid for December 2018 and January 2019. Rumuigbo Zone 2, Unit 1, they paid their outstanding debts. Rumuigbo Zone 2, Unit 3, they paid for August, September, October 2018. Pipeline Zone 3, Unit 1, they paid for February till May 2019. I commend them. Wupukurushi Zone Unit 1, they paid for November 2018. Scope Iguacha Zone Unit 1, they paid for March 2019. Ihuahia Wumudara Zone 2, Unit 3, they paid for October 2018. Now, Obiakpo Area 3, Wumukute Zone Unit 1, they pay for December 2018. Oniniba Zone Unit 1, they pay for February, March 2019. Now, Ikwere Omagwo Zone Unit 2, they pay for January, February 2018. Eche Umuebule New Jerusalem Zone Unit 2, they pay for March 2019. Now, these people that are answering New Jerusalem, next time I'm not going to call it out because we don't use this type of name. I will only call out Umu Ebule Zone Unit 1. They paid for April 2019. Now, finally, still for Iguacha, Rivers East Senatorial Zone. Town Zone Odua Road Unit 4. They paid for December 2018 and January 2019. Ukujiagu Trans Amadi Zone 1 Unit 1, November, December 2018. Mpogu Zone Trans Amadi Unit 1, they paid for February, March 2019. Ukujiagu Trans Amadi Zone 1 Unit 2, they paid for September, October 2018. Amadi Ama Zone Unit 3, they paid February, March, April. Bundi Zone Unit 1, they pay for July 2018. Azuabia Zone 1, Unit 4, they pay for July, August 2018. Ukujiago Trans Amadi Zone Unit 3, they paid for August 2018. Now, Obiakpo Area 1, Wumukurushi Zone 2, Unit 2, they paid for February, March, April 2018. Iribe Royal Family Unit 1, they paid for May 2018. Iribe, they paid for Unit 1, they paid for May, and then 2018, and also just one person paid, a family they didn't mention, maybe just a contribution they decided to make. Wumukurushi Zone 1, Unit 1, they paid for December 2018. Wumukuru Zone 1, Unit 2, they paid for June, July, August 2018. Elembo Atali, Zone 2, Unit 2, they paid for October, November 2017. Wumukurushi Zone 2, Unit 4, they paid for September, October, November 2017. Eleozo Farm Road 1, Unit 1, they paid for June, July, August, September 2018. Gumu Ekene Zone Unit 3, they paid for February, March 2018. Now, Eleme Local Government, Ipob Moto Eleme Zone Unit 1, they made a contribution, but no month was mentioned. Now, finally, Obiakpo Area 2, Woodsy Zone 1, Harmony Unit, they paid November, December 2018, January, February 2019. That is what I have for now. The rest will continue next time. I want to commend all those that have paid those units. May Chuko Kikabiama continue to provide for all of you. And those that have not paid, endeavor to make your own contribution so that we will go home. It's very important because we must finance this our struggle. We must, MUST, we have no choice, do it. Endeavor to support IPOB. Support our leader, our Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Support IPOB. Trust in us. We have been doing very well. Because of IPOB, the world now recognizes who we are. Biafra is now a name that anybody, even the ones yet unborn, the ones in the womb, you already know what it is. Anywhere you go, be proud to say you are a Biafran. Be proud. It's very, very important because the more you spread it, the more people will know who we are. I commend all of you for your contribution. We need more units to be established, more zones, whichever way you want to call it, so that together we'll march on and restore our motherland. Because most of us in diaspora are already tired and we want to go home. So join us. For those of us in diaspora, I'll be calling out also for our monthly donation very soon. But for now, it is still people in Biafra land. Thank you, my deputy, for giving me this opportunity to speak to my people. I don't know if you have any question, but for now, I think I have to bow out and then allow others to come in.
Right, thank you. Thank you very much, Mrs. Saya, for that. Of course, no question, that's your department, and we thank you for your resilience, for your commitment to the restoration effort. May the Most High God bless you and family and keep it on. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
This is Uche Biafra presentation, the voice of our Head of Finance Department, Mrs. Nene, all the way from Germany. And we still have one or two more announcements here, very important, from our principal officers. And I'll be going to Switzerland in no distant time to bring in the European rep, Mazu Abayim, who has indeed joined me on the line. Good evening from here, Mazu Abayim, the European Continental rep. Welcome to the program, and God bless you. Go ahead, please.
Good evening, Deputy Leader Uche Mefor.
Yeah,
good evening, Biafrans.
Yes, go ahead. Mazi, can you hear me? No, this is a messenger call, and yeah, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you. Am I coming out clear?
Yes, it's okay now, but there was an intermittency before. Go ahead, please.
Okay, thank you, sir. Good evening, Biafrans all over the world. My name remains Austin Okuchukwu Abayim. I come from Amike. Amike is in Olu province of Biafra land, and by the grace of Chukwu Okabiama, I've continued to serve the indigenous people of Biafra in the capacity of European representative. I reside in Switzerland. It's a great pleasure to come on air tonight to greet Biafrans, especially those in Europe, and commend them for their steadfastness, for their commitment, and for their great effort to make sure that Biafra nation is restored in no distant time. We have come a long way, and Chukwu Okabiama has always been at the helm of this struggle. We have seen what our leader has seen, what we did not see, but now we are beginning to see what he saw. And especially his tour of the North America is resonating everywhere in the world. We want to commend him and pray that Chukwu Okabiama will continue to protect and guide him wherever he may travel. No weapon fashioned against him shall prosper. I want to also pray that Mazu Mefor, the deputy leader of IPOB worldwide, one who ensures us that this movement will never be allowed to see corruption. May Chukwu Okabiama bless you as well. I want to salute the courage of Mazi Edoziem, our HOD, and all the members of the Directorate of State for their collective efforts to make sure that Biafra is restored. I want to commend the coordinators in Europe, both national, zonal, and family members, for their wonderful contribution, for their steadfastness and their resoluteness in answering calls whenever we call them, and for the commitments, for the resources, the time they're investing in the restoration of Biafra. This project is where it is today because of your contributions and your commitments, and I pray that Chukwu Okabiama will continue to bless all of you and replenish your purses in his mighty name. There is an important announcement I want to make concerning IPOB Italy family. The announcement is about the changes we have in the leadership of IPOB Italy family. We have a new coordinator for Italy as a national coordinator. Henceforth, Mazi Romanus Obichukwu Oguru is going to be our new national coordinator in Italy henceforth. And his deputy, Mazi Tony Mokunye, is going to be our new mobilizing officer in Europe. Mazi Tony Mokunye will be our new mobilizing officer in Europe. And the new deputy national coordinator in Italy will be announced very soon. And Mazi Michael Iranya, the incumbent national coordinator of Italy, will be joining the UK National Executive to continue his good work that he's been doing in Italy. This changes is because Mazi Iranya has located to the UK, and the leadership of IPOB find it necessary that he continue the good work that he has done in Italy, and he can continue that in the UK. And we want to use this opportunity to commend him for all the good work he has done for the Biafran people in Italy, for building up the family and for sustaining it till this very day. May Chukwu Okabiama bless Mazi Iranya and his family and keep him alive to see Biafra so that he will be alive to reap the fruit of his labor. At the same time, want to also use the opportunity to ask the zonal coordinators in Italy to give Mazi Uguru the support he will need to work effectively as the new national coordinator in Italy. They should accompany him and work collaboratively with him in all the projects that will be coming his way, give him all the support he needs, and so that they may attain that collective goal set before them for that particular part of the world. Mazi Uguru is our new national coordinator in Italy, and I'm urging all the zonal coordinators and executive members of IPOB in Italy to give him all the support he needs to work effectively and efficiently to achieve the set goals. I also want to thank Mazi Mokuye for the work he has been doing as the Deputy National Coordinator in Italy till now, and I want to congratulate him for the new appointment that has been given to him to be the mobilizing officer in Europe. I will have to call a meeting with the IPOB Italy executives in the coming days so that we may iron out a few things to formalize and to make the handover of the new offices a very successful and smooth one, so that the work that Mazi Iranya has started in Italy will continue to progress and even grow more bigger and stronger. Italy has been a very, very formidable family in Italy, in Europe, under the watch of Mazi Iranya, and we believe that Mazi Romanus Obichukwu Uguru is going to emulate the footsteps of Mazi Iranya and even do better in the end. So I also want to use this opportunity to thank our people in Biafra land, those who are facing the bullets on a daily basis, that they should remain strong because the enemies are already before our doorsteps. The regularization and colonization has become real. Every Dick and Harry is crying wolf. The things that the IPOB has been saying years before is becoming a reality today. Even those who call themselves the elites, the leaders, and those who are selfish in their own eyes, looking for appointments and breadcrumbs falling from the mass table. Now they are running helter-skelter. All I want to advise our people is to remain vigilant because times are different. We want to encourage our volunteers and thank them for the good work they are doing, our media team, and the Voice of Biafra students, and every other person who is working assiduously for the restoration of Biafra anywhere in the world. We commend you and we encourage you to continue to remain formidable because Chukwu Kabiama is at the helm of this project and he will continue to sustain each and every one of us. Thank you so much, Mazi Mefor. That is all I have for tonight from Switzerland. I remain Mazi Austin Okuchukwu Abayim, and I want to say good night from Switzerland. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. There, we're watching it.
Very much, the European rep Mazi Abayim. Thank you, and God bless you and keep it on.
Thank you, and good night from here.
This is the Biafra presentation. Of course, we will begin to open our line in no distant time for our people in different parts of Biafra land to begin to call in and air their views. A lot of things are happening in different parts of the zoo called Nigeria, as our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, told us the zoo is collapsing. The contraption called Nigeria is collapsing. It is an edifice made for the evil one, and it is indeed living up to its notorious and expected name, and in the right direction to total extinction, total destruction. And all those servants of this evil contraption called Nigeria from Biafra land are now confessing. Some of them are hiding their faces in shame because they cannot confront IPOB. They cannot indeed stand in our presence to claim glory. We shall continue to march forward without wasting time, without any equivocation, and neither are we going to capitulate. A lot of revelations regarding Fulani herdsmen. Communities, indigenous ones indeed, in different parts of the zoo called Nigeria, in different parts of Biafra land, are under siege, and top on the list are communities in Biafra land. And it is our responsibility, individually and collectively, to fight those saboteurs in our midst, to expose them for whom they are, and to take over what belongs to us. The number to call is +447405964146, +447405964146. We urge Biafrans to call in and air their views on issues of importance. And after that, of course, we'll begin to descend. In no distant time, we shall indeed making this a reality. We're back in a minute. Welcome back. This is still Radio Biafra presentation. Can you hear me? Call on the phone. Good evening from here. Welcome to the program. They call on the phone. Can you hear me? I don't understand. It's not going through. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you, sir. My name remains honorable to myself. I'm calling from the my local government. So, sir, I thank you very much because of your job, what you are doing for we Biafrans. I'm very, very glad because of it. Thank you very much, sir. Sir, I use this opportunity to greet our every leader, Mazu Namon Dekalo. It's a Hamadike properly. It's a man. So I use this opportunity to greet all the whole IPOB worldwide. I think the people got them as bless every one of us in the name of Yahushua. I still remain the Zone 2 coordinator in the Ramoma LGA. Today I am LGA deputy leader. Sir, what you are talking about concerns the legal something. You know, I know that all those things will come up because of what our these people that call themselves elite, these governors and the other people. I know that this is the time for them to receive what them planned for them to upload it. And I know that the Fulanis, they are coming after them. But it's we IPOB, we can't stand watching them. We and them, we are going to sort it out. And this is the time. So, sir, keep on for your job.
Thank you very much. IPOB shall remain focused and be doing what they are doing. That's not going back.
In the name of Yahushua.
You say, and you too. Thank you. Thank you very much. And God bless. Thank you. There is a news making round now that the monster in Asorok or at Asorok, the Janjaweed Islamic fundamentalist there, has shamelessly or shamefully agreed to the restructuring of the zoo called Nigeria because, of course, they are announcing the impending danger. But we are telling them that it is too late. No matter where they go, no matter how high they fly, no matter how they fly, no matter how hard they come against us, we are going to Biafra. If they restructure the zoo called Nigeria along regional line, they are bringing us closer to Biafra. If they don't, we are going to Biafra. If they decide to divide the zoo called Nigeria, we are going to Biafra. And so it is still consistent with our stance that Biafra must be restored and there is nothing that can stop us. Very important. The zoo politicians are indeed ridiculing themselves. After killing so many people, after spilling so much blood, they are now turning around to recognizing the obvious. What IPOB has been saying, what Radio Biafra has been saying, what Ali Damas Nadikan has been saying. And we are saying to them that all of them who have participated in the spilling of the innocent Biafran blood must pay a very heavy price for it. The criminals must be brought to justice. And we remind our people once again, especially our principal servants in different parts of Biafra land, to be very much at alert to gather evidence of atrocities committed against the people of Biafra, because these criminals will not escape justice. It's just a matter of time. They can do it against any other group of people, but when you do it against, they can do it against another group of people and go scot-free, but when they do it against IPOB, just a matter of time, all of them must be exposed. According to the Zoo newspaper, they said the monster in Aso Rock has endorsed restructuring. And this is according to the report on restructuring presented to him by the so-called midget in Kaduna State, another Islamic Janjaweed terrorist in Kaduna State Government House, Nasir El-Rufai, under the so-called APC, the political arm of Boko Haram. They are deceiving themselves. They are deceiving themselves. They have tried Ruga. It didn't work for them. They renamed it to National Livestock Transformation Project, or whatever they call it. And now they are coming with another one. And just yesterday, there is a report, or was a report from the same zoo presidency, that anybody that attacks or defend themselves against Fulani terrorists will go to jail. Just imagine. And people are keeping quiet, including those who were against IPOB. None of them is talking now. They are waiting for IPOB. You will wait forever. But one thing is clear here. We remain ideologically consistent, and we are not going to waver. Our people can indeed count on us. That we are not going to stop, we are not going to prevaricate, neither are we going to capitulate. Our people must be very, very vigilant as well in terms of what they say and what they do, because there is danger in the zoo called Nigeria as we speak, and the international community is beaming searchlight on the conduct of individuals and groups who are occupying public offices. And we are going to make sure that all these criminals in public office positions and who have had their hands in the killing, spilling of the innocent blood in different parts of the communities under siege in the zoo called Nigeria and in Biafra land do not escape justice. They must face justice. They must face the law, and they must indeed be put where they belong. Everybody must be at alert. Everybody must be vigilant. We have recorded a number of deaths in Biafra land. We have recorded a number of torture cases in Biafra land. We have recorded a number of illegal incarceration in Biafra land. We have recorded a number of enforced disappearances in Biafra land. We have recorded a number of unlawful detention owing to miscarriage of justice in the zoo called Nigeria. Our people in different departments must indeed be very, very meticulous and painstaking in taking records of all this, because at the appropriate time, we shall be called upon to present evidence of atrocities committed against our people. Very important, and very soon as well. It is inconceivable that our people who have been hurt, our people who have been subjected to all manner of torture, inhumane and degrading treatment, are people who have been maimed. When they are called upon, they are afraid of the zoo, army and police and DSS to report the atrocities committed against them. I want to make this a point of topic this evening and to remind our people that there is no point being afraid. Though you are intimidated, though you are subjected under horrendous experience, though there is serious heightened tension in the circumstance you find yourself in your environment, you must not allow fear to conquer you. Thousands of our people have been tortured, have been incarcerated, have been maimed. It is now time for you to come forward. Victims of brutality, victims of terrorism, victims of crime against humanity by the Zoo, Janjaweed, Fulani terrorists in Biafra land and elsewhere are not coming forward to report what has happened to them. Family members are not coming forward. I don't know why this is so. The international community wants the report of all this. If you don't come forward, then your case is as good as dead. We are asking our brothers and sisters, our principal servants in Biafra land, to take this upon their shoulder as a responsibility to make sure that all the cases of killings, all the cases of torture, all the cases of illegal incarceration, all the cases of miscarriage of justice, all the cases of enforced disappearance are reported, including our people whom we cannot account for and who have been buried in shallow graves. We must indeed record all these things and submit it at the appropriate time. I'm making this a very open announcement because we know what we have done. Our people who are working under the Victim Support Team platform should indeed do something about this. Very important. Amnesty International, despite the meticulous reports, despite the fact that they were conservative in dishing out or coming up with 150 people who were killed between 2015 and now, not so many people have been able to come forward to report specific incidents. We are now calling upon you to come forward when you are called upon. Very important. Do not be afraid. Do not. Because if you do, your case will die and nobody will talk about it. There must be justice. There must be appropriate punishment directed against these terrorists, these criminals. who have come from outside Biafra land, including their collaborators in Biafra land. They're not going to escape. Very important that our people do the needful now. Can you hear me? Call on the phone. Good evening from here. Welcome to the program. Go ahead, please.
Good evening.
Yes, welcome to the program. Good evening. Go ahead. Unbelievable.
Good evening, Deputy Director.
Good evening from here. Go ahead. I am not very sure what the issue is, but let me just try and change. Right, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Unbelievable.
Hello.
This is...
Hello.
Good evening from here. Are you listening to the radio? Right, call on the phone. Can you hear me? The caller on the phone, can you hear me?
Good evening, my deputy. My deputy leader.
Good evening from here. Go ahead, please.
Mazu, I'm sorry for the car, Mona.
Thank you.
Hello.
Yes, hello. Welcome to the program. I can hear you.
Hello.
I don't know what's going on, to be honest.
Yeah. I want to use this medium and say, may God Almighty bless our spirit leader, Platinum the Canon, and keep us trusting him to lead us to our promised land, because we know that we have entered our promised land so that we all will celebrate in our own land. And the same thing goes to your health, our liberty, and every other they are working assiduously, which will keep on protecting every one of us and make sure that he guides us the rest of our land. And I want to use this medium and talk to my people, especially on this platform, about this role of a team. This is the final battle that we have. That is the final battle that we are now on it. Because you remember, when we said that we should submit everything we have, that we should submit our ammunition, we should submit everything. This is how they have planned it, and are now executing their plan. And this, if at all our people do not come to their sensitive time, they might find it very difficult. But mandatory, let all of us gather together. It's just like what you are saying, that some of them can even mobilize themselves as they say that they want to join IPOB. And most of them are DSS members. Some people you have to be very, very vigilant. This is the final battle. And this is the battle of a wise man. It's not a battle that you can do it. This is a battle that we have Chukwu Kadema to come and be with you. And as we have received the order, let's bypass anything called cow meat imported from the so-called outer land. With our people, let us start neutralizing our own. Our own is even the best more than their own. Remember, let us not be like the people of Israel, our forefathers, when there was in Egypt, when Moses brought them out of the land of Egypt. They said that Moses, he brought us out here to kill us. And when we can remember when we was in Egypt, we are eating cucumber, we are eating everything, without even knowing they are suffering themselves there. Just because of we are now that we have received order that we should back up everything, let's happen to that point. Because as I'm assuring you today, almost 95% of the sickness that me and you are suffering is because of what you eat in the mouth. And if you can come to our senses, this type of thing will not happen again. Start utilizing your own. Most of our people cannot even eat local fowl again. Everybody eats English one. We start eating something that you not even know how they used to train it. You don't even know the type of chemical that there was injected into that animal. And it's the most thing that are important from us. And this is the only thing that can give us. IPOB is the only thing that can give us savior. This is the only thing that can give us what you are asking for. This is the place that you can ask and get whatever you ask. And this is the only place that when they tell you yes, yes, remain their yes. Please and please, as you are doing it, may God Almighty start protecting you and bless you. I usually talk to my people. On the buying, Anama Nuku, Yoma Niku, Ebegonabadu. We now go look one and two Mazi safe in Nichu. Them no need to long sugar. If a man equal sense, organize Kuala. Good boy, will be a good so happy. The best content to a Mazin and the Kano, one chinku, you only chinku for years or whatever, or 2 months from because they're studying clear. ma ya bụ ihe ọfụma mara mgbe oge na-adịghị sịrị biko ma anyị chukwu nwe anyị abụghị rọsha abụ oge ikpeazụ m na gị nwere ma anyị ike mara ihe ị na-eme adịghị ihe saa n'anya rọsha abụghị nke tụtọtọkị na-abụghị ya rọsha jikọta onwe ọnụ afọ anyị eriela nna ma ha ọzọ afọ anyị eriezi na iwu awụsa ọkụkọ awụsa erichi n'isi be ha bịa mụ na egbe na-akwado ha mụ na egbe na-eji fule na aga na ha ọ dị ka mgbe gwara anyị maka Dangote cement also not because of me the so-called Dangote could have collapsed because some egbe na-epikirize ihe mere dị mmadụ onye awụsa ole dị fụrụ na-arụ nnukwu ezigbo ụlọ ga-abụghị ndị Biafra onye evite ike ọ chọrọ mụrụ m ụlọ ndị awụsa ole na-arụ ụlọ ndị awụsa ole na-eri ya bụ nama ọkwana m na gị na-erie behe chọrọ velo mgbe ike na ihe elele inye gị ekeleke ego inwe ike ije weta ihe n'ime ala gị because of Hausa Fulani inwe ike ikwu okwu na ebe gị because of Hausa Fulani maka na ha akpata niile nga na acha igwe ọga nta biko ma akpakọta onwe anyị ọnụ bata chọwa onye ndu anyị maazị Nnamdi Kanu anyị as far as eluigwe chi na-abọ na mgbe niile na-afụ ihe onwe mere ka ihe eji ihe oche wete ụmụchi ya na-asị gị na-eme ka Chukwuka ma gọzie nwoke gọzie gị ma gọzie ezinụlọ ya ka na-arịọ na ha Chukwuka pịara na-asị ka ndị be anyị kụma anyị chịkọta onwe anyị ọnụ agụmaka dị gara ụlọ anyị chọrọ enyemaka unu there's many places in Nsụka ebe etu ya notegiri ezi akpa biko ọ bụrụ nwe egwu mere anyị ndị nọ na mba anyị na-eme ka ike kwere anyị betụnyere anyị ka nyere anyị aka na-asị na-akụrụ ụlọ okwu kpatara ya mgbe a na-ege otu anyị ekpere ekpere ọ bụ Chineke ga na-abịakwasị gị biko ya ka and I sign off from here. I remain your humble servant, and I say may God Almighty bless every one of us that's working assiduously for us to restore our homeland. Goodbye from here.
Thank you very much, and God bless you too, and keep it on. This is the PFL presentation. Usibajo, the Fulani slave in Asarok from Oduduwaland, urges the military to double effort in the fight against Boko Haram. But Osibajo, as a pastor, you have continued to lie to the extent that you can no longer discharge, you can no longer deliver. You have been exposed. You are looking at Boko Haram. Boko Haram is a structure set up originally by Fulani politicians. When the original Boko Haram leader was killed, Yusuf, what you have now is political Boko Haram, and they have committed so much atrocities to the extent that they cannot stop the menace, the cancer from spreading. Boko Haram is a franchise of Fulani politicians, for avoidance of doubt. And then they are now having external influences, and they cannot control it. Some of them have been drafted into the Nigerian army. You are telling or charging to go and fight Boko Haram. How can they fight Boko Haram when they are the same people, the same blood? When they have come from the same background. You are charging the military that their commanders are telling people from different parts of the zoo called Nigeria and Fulanis not to shoot Boko Haram. You are telling the zoo army that Boko Haram has been ransacking their bases and taking their weapons to go and fight Boko Haram. Are you serious? Are you a human being at all? Are you still acting with your licenses? Are you sincere to yourself? Osibajo, you must indeed retrace your step. You have a very direct problem in between your laps, and you are talking about other things. How about the Shiites that are being killed? How about Ex-Zaki that has been in detention and whose members have been maimed, have been killed because they do not belong to the other religious sect, the Sunnis, to which the monster and Asoro belonged. Today a lot of blood is being spilled
and these people are tearing all of you. You have very serious problem at hand. You are talking about Boko Haram, which is a forgotten case, because you cannot defeat them. It's a complicated, complex, hydra-headed problem that you cannot provide a solution to. How about Ruga, that your office is being implemented until you were exposed and there were public outcry regarding that? How about the atrocities that you are helping the Fulani Janjaweed political officials in the presidency of the zoo called Nigeria to implement? What kind of record are you keeping for posterity? Unbelievable. But of course the zoo is gone and we are going home. It is now left for our people to know what we want. There is never a time the zoo called Nigeria can recover or be the same again, because Nemesis is after it. The blood of millions massacred in cold blood, the souls of the innocent wasted, are asking for vengeance, and it is payback time. Spiritual chastisement is what the zoo called Nigeria is undergoing now. When the full cycle is completed, it will be total collapse. And indigenous people are better, are in a better position. They are in an able position to take what belongs to them. Reject Fulani invaders. Reject Fulani terrorism in your territory. They have killed so many in Benue, in Middle Belt, in Kogi. They have destroyed lives in Biafra land. And we will continue to repeat this. Any man, any woman, any group of people who are not sincere about protecting the interests of our people should indeed get out of the way. We want concrete action this time around to make sure that lives and property are protected. And those who are aiding and abetting these terrorists who are coming through the back door into our territories must indeed be cautioned. It is about time our people stood up, the masses, and tell political office holders that they must do their way, because they in the first place are their immediate constituents. Fulani terrorists are at it and they are being sponsored. IPOB is not keeping quiet, but we cannot also be oblivious of the fact that there are saboteurs in our midst who are sabotaging our effort. Let those who are supposed to do the needful do it. Let IPOB that are supposed to do one thing or the other, which is the ultimate restoration of Biafra, making sure that our people are given the appropriate information and that they reach the level of preparedness needed for the ultimate revolution of taking back our land, are given that as at when to. They call on the phone. Can you hear me? Good evening from here. Welcome to the program. You are not talking. I don't understand this. Unbelievable. Next, call on the phone. Good evening from here. Welcome to the program. Call on the phone. Can you hear me? That is serious. I don't know. Can you hear me? I think something is wrong here. I'll be back in a minute. Right, welcome back to the program. I don't know what's going on with my system for quite some time. I can hear me. Call on the phone. Good evening from here. Welcome to the program. Let's see.
My name is Uche. Mazu Uche coming from Aba.
Yes, can you hear me? That's the most important thing.
Mazu,
are you hearing me?
I'm just because hotel Mchawara. Mazu, my name is Asamnen to Yimtizo. Mazi, I say, bless our leader and you and the whole IPOB world. The wine, we are getting to the end. Mazi, thank you. Good night.
Thank you very much. I don't know whether people are getting me here or rather hearing my voice, because there are a lot of complaints. Some people are saying even that my voice is shaking, not very sure what the problem is, but we will continue to march on. Can you hear me?
Good evening to my deputy director.
Yeah, good evening from here. Can you hear me?
Good evening to my deputy director. This is calling from Ahaba.
Yes, I'm asking, can you hear me?
My deputy, can you hear me?
That is the problem here. I can hear you, but I'm not sure you're hearing me. This is a Radio Biafra presentation. We will try and do something very drastic here. Not sure why this is so, but right. Can you hear me now? He's on the line. I'm not talking. Can you hear me? Right. Can you hear me? Call on the phone.
Good evening.
Good evening from here. Can you hear me? That's the most important thing. Can you hear me? This is a serious issue that I must have to deal with this time around. Right, can you hear me?
Hello?
Can you hear me? Good evening from here.
Hello?
Good evening from here. Can you hear me?
Good evening.
Yes, can you hear me? I want this confirmation.
Hello, sir. Good evening.
Good evening from here. It's very obvious they are not hearing me. Not sure why that is so. Can you hear me? Call on the phone.
Hello? Hello?
Yes, hello. Good evening from here.
Hello?
That is a major problem that I don't know what that means for us at this particular point in time, but of course we will have to come back and deal with this issue as expected. We'll be back in a minute.